Let me just put the volume down. I love listening to music. Music has its way of communicating with us. So when you start to get aligned and you're following your true self and you open up for the channel of communication from within, you start to get answers through different things: nature, earth, soil, animals, songs, numbers. I normally wake up and I'll just have a song in my head sometimes, like the lyrics, and it's just like I can, wake up like that. And I'm like thinking about the lyrics and I Google it, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I read the lyrics and I just know, oh, this is from my dad, this is from the angels, this is from my ancestors. And it's just hitting spot on in terms of, if I need love, if I need comfort, like they want to hug me and say, it's okay, and it's just like, wow, thank you so much. Or it could be, any kind of motivation. I'm having difficulties, struggles about should I post this video, and they will just say in this song, go ahead, live your life, dance, and it's just like, life is so much more than just being, going like this and just thinking that if I work hard, and we need to work hard for ourselves and our inner self, and everything else will just be created. Our reality will be created. And put worries aside, it's 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 challenging. I know it's challenging. I'm doing it now, and it's, i in the last, I can't even say, like, since I started working, I've been worrying about money. Even though I made money, I was worrying about money, and it just created more unbalanced life, So now I just have a certain amount on my account, and I just, every time I spend money, I'll just say, there will come more. There will come more. It will grow, you know? I don't know when, but that's what I'm saying. That's my belief, and it will happen, And I'm just going with the flow. Just, put aside all these obstacles that is within our mind. This is our creator, you know? This is a beacon with the pineal gland, and it's just a big antenna with lot of, frequencies, and it creates our surroundings, our world, So it is about practicing and believe in yourself. We can have a day where we just feel miserable. We think like nothing works, right? But if you really says, okay, listen, that thought about nothing works is not real. That's not me. So you sit down and you put down all these different no signs in your head. Let me just put these stones down. No signs. And you just like, where does this come from? And you say, okay, I'm not gonna listen to that, because I I am who I am, and it's possible. Anything is possible. I did it before. Even though I don't see it, I don't feel it, I'm not in control of it, I don't need to. This is where the outer world wants you to keep you there. So when you realize that other forces is saying to you, we need you to be here because we want you to be part of the modern slavery. So if you go back to Egypt and we think about slavery, building pyramids, and they got whipped and punished and all kinds of stuff, I see that just in a very technical, modern way. So if you're riding your bike with your backpack and your computer and you stress because you are stressing through traffic to get to your meeting and you can't miss that meeting because if you miss it, you risk that you can be fired and then you will not have money and your life is over. This is not life. I'm telling you, that's not life. You don't deserve that. You need to change your life if you have a life like that, because no human being should live like that. And how do you change that? Asking yourself, am I doing what my true self wants to do with passion and love? Is it something that makes me happy? So we are very created in society that is manipulating that this makes you this kind of money, this makes you look cool, you can afford the car, and all these illusions, and you go further away from your true self walking that path. Or you can change it to, if you take out of the equation all the material stuff, including very much the money, and you go after how you feel inside. So we can say that you work as a doctor, and you are stressing as a doctor, and it's making money for the company. There's a lot of differences where it's not really taking care of the people in the right way, but it's just overloading them with medicine, different things. But the real passion for following up and making sure is kind of being neglected. And you ask yourself, should I stay in this company even though I get a lot of money, but then I can't afford my Porsche, I can't afford my house, and I really like that. But then, would you go in that entire time? Let's say you do this for 20 years or 30 years, and you still feel empty, you still feel like you miss something. Something is not what I want to feel. There's something missing. Even though there's this beautiful girlfriend, she looks good, but there's no spark, you know? This is our inner self, our light, our soul working against the outer world. It doesn't match. So what we need to do is to listen to ourselves and put away all that noise. And we can only take it as a puzzle. So you need to rebuild your puzzle and put the bricks bit by bit and work with it and find out what you need in that puzzle and what you don't need. And that is some hard, long work. But I will tell you, it's so beautiful in these small, short moments where you have small breakthroughs, because that's how it works. Every time you lay one puzzle that aligns with your higher self, you get this immense, beautiful, living feeling. You know, when you run in the roller coaster and it tickles inside, but you feel at peace and you feel at harmony, you feel self love at the same time. It's just, I can lay down and then just go like this and just smile. And I'm like, whoa, this is good, Johannes, you did one more step. And it makes you start shining. It makes you look younger. You put away all these worries and stress and negative patterns that creates a totally different face. Totally different body language. So then you start to change yourself. You walk down the street and people start to notice you, like in a different way, like, hello, you shine, wow, I want to say hello to you. And you get surprised in the beginning, but then you start to just enjoy it and say, wow, I need to do more of this, you know and with that you start to attract people that's aligned with your higher self. These people that's out there doing the same thing, you gonna meet them, you gonna share one another's values and insights, and you're gonna grow together because you're gonna keep in contact, and it's all about love and light and supporting one another in every way. But then again, we all meet people that needs help, and then suddenly you start to be involved in people in Asia and Europe and US, and there's a unity of helping with the experience you have, right? And it's all about giving love, sending positive energy, supporting one another. And so back to this work, you don't have to figure everything out. That's the whole point of it. Your higher self, your light, will show you the way. You will attract people into your life that say, listen, I actually know this healing hospital or whatever it is that is totally aligned and need your experience. So when you send out that frequency of, you said, okay, I had enough of this life, I want to go in my own way that really aligns with my true self, and you are devoted to it, your higher self, cosmic energy, your guardian angels, God, source of light, will make that happen. They will align. So that energy field just attracts one another. So I will tell you a short story. I was working in Dubai and I was standing in an elevator. I'm totally, I'm stressed and I'm doing my work, working as a chef for a billionaire there, and there's a lot of things to do, and I'm all hype about it, but I still have my spiritual path, and I kind of put it in a suitcase, a little bit open, and I was focusing on making the money. I wanted to say, okay, if I live here, I can do my art, I can do stuff, and then go back to the spiritual part. That was not meant to be. It was a lesson to say, do you want this or do you want the other thing? But you came there to get this opportunity, and then later on, you're gonna align more and be in harmony with yourself and your higher self, true self, and then this person you met in the elevator is gonna be a contact that you're gonna develop with. So this guy works for a rehab center in Dubai, and he said, "I like you, Johannes. You know, you have this energy. I know we're gonna work together." And I was like excited. Ah, that sounds good. And then still my stressed mind, and we've been in contact the whole time. So this is 3 years now, and he just reached out recently, said that, listen, we are gonna work together, it's gonna come soon. And I said, yeah, yeah, whenever you are ready, I'm ready. We will go out and help people and do our stuff. And I just love that. I just love that. In my consciousness, I just knew this will happen, and it's happening as well because I believe in it. When and why and how, I don't know. But if that opportunity comes, I'm ready. And I will just go with the flow. I will still work with my inner self. I doing these videos, I do sessions, I treat myself well, I'm healthy, working out every day. And when it comes, it comes, and it's just gonna be like an amazing thing where it's just gonna be full on. Let's go, let's go, let's go, and there's gonna come much more than that. So this guy in the elevator, Christopher, he was standing with a stick, like an African, walking stick. And I was like, but he was sweating, and I said to him, "Oh, you just arrived," because everybody who just arrives in Dubai, they need to adjust to the heat, right? So it was just funny, and we start laughing, both of us, and we start talking, and we spoke like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or something like that, and we shared numbers, and we then started to communicate. So anything can happen in on our path. We don't have to worry, it will just come. And you know you just need to let go of all the worries, let go of any procrastinating stuff where you are tending to destruct yourself, because you deserve better. So let all these things go. If you need me for anything, questions, whatever, you had a thought, how do I get rid of it? Write it down, text me, and then email me, and I'm happy to answer. Even a phone call, video call, whatever you feel like, I'm open to it. All right? So, love and light, and have a beautiful day. I'll see you soon. Ciao, ciao.